Cinderella's Magical Night. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a kind and sweet girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had a gentle heart and loved helping others. She lived with her mean stepmother and two stepsisters who made her do all the chores. Cinderella would sweep the floors, wash the dishes, and even cook all the meals. Even though she worked very hard, she always had a smile on her face and dreamed of a better life. One day, a grand invitation arrived from the palace. The king was having a big ball, and everyone in the kingdom was invited. Cinderella's stepsisters were very excited and talked about nothing else. They spent days picking out dresses and getting ready. Poor Cinderella wished she could go too, but her stepmother laughed and said, "You can't go to the ball in those rags." They tore her dress and left her in tears. On the night of the ball, Cinderella helped her stepsisters get dressed. As they left, she felt very sad and wished she could go to the ball too. She sat by the fireplace and cried. Suddenly, a sparkling light filled the room, and a kind fairy godmother appeared. "Don't cry, Cinderella," said the fairy godmother. "You shall go to the ball." With a wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a beautiful golden carriage. She turned 6 mice into 6 handsome horses, a rat into a fine coachman, and 6 lizards into 6 footmen. Then, with another wave of her wand, she turned Cinderella's rags into a gorgeous gown of silver and glass slippers. "Remember, Cinderella," said the fairy godmother, "you must return home before the clock strikes 12, for the magic will end at midnight." Cinderella thanked her fairy godmother and climbed into the carriage. When she arrived at the palace, everyone was amazed by her beauty. Even the prince could not take his eyes off her. He danced with her all night long, and Cinderella was so happy. They talked and laughed, and Cinderella felt like she was in a dream. The prince was kind and charming, and Cinderella forgot all her troubles as they twirled around the grand ballroom. But as the clock began to strike 12, she remembered her fairy godmother's words. "I must go!" she cried and ran out of the palace. The prince called after her, but she did not stop. As she ran, one of her glass slippers fell off. She did not have time to pick it up and continued running. The prince picked up the glass slipper and vowed to find the owner of the slipper, for he knew he loved her. The next day, the prince and his servants went from house to house with the glass slipper, looking for the girl who had lost it. They searched all over the kingdom, but the slipper did not fit anyone. When they reached Cinderella's house, her stepsisters tried on the slipper, but it did not fit. They pushed and squeezed their feet, but the slipper was too small. Then Cinderella asked if she could try. Her stepsisters laughed, but the prince let her try. To everyone's surprise, the slipper fit perfectly. The prince knew he had found his true love. He asked Cinderella to marry him, and she said yes. Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after in the palace. She was kind to everyone and never forgot to help others. She invited her stepmother and stepsisters to live with them, and they all became friends. Cinderella's days of sweeping and scrubbing were over, but she never lost her gentle heart. She made sure everyone in the kingdom was happy and well cared for. The palace was filled with joy and laughter, and Cinderella often visited the fairy godmother to thank her for making her dreams come true. Cinderella and the prince had many adventures together, always sharing their happiness with those around them. And every night, Cinderella would tell her story to the children of the kingdom, teaching them about kindness, forgiveness, and the magic of believing in their dreams. Moral of the story. The story of Cinderella teaches us that kindness and a good heart are more important than anything else. Even when people are unkind to us, we should always be kind and forgiving. Hard work and kindness will be rewarded, and true beauty comes from within. Believing in your dreams and being kind to others can make even the most magical wishes come true.